this is?
Edward, I could hear you all the way out in the hall.
Well, we have business to do.
Well, maybe you better calm down a little bit first.
Oh, you haven't heard anything yet.
I'm not sure I want to.
Lesley, what you want or do not want is no concern of mine. My only concern is to see Luke Spencer hang.
Edward, this isn't a trial.
Well, I wish it were.
Well, I wish you two would defer your personal feelings until after the board has made a decision.
Don't look at me. I'm not the one that's frothing at the mouth.
Well, she's right, Edward. You know, this is not a trial. Now, whatever your quarrel with Luke, for whatever personal reasons provoked it now, I've got to tell you, this could be disruptive to the meeting.
I didn't come here to twiddle my thumbs.
No, but I must ask you not to interfere with the decision process. It's unfair to the board. It's unfair to Luke.
Don't talk to me about fair. I just want to see Spencer and those other thieving snakes get whatever's coming to them.
Oh, since when are you the judge and jury?
No, this is not a trial.
He's trying to make it one.
Come on, Dan, let's find a place for you.
Hi. Glad to see you. How do you feel?
Oh, I felt fine until I heard him start popping off.
Yeah, I don't want you to have another attack.
Listen, if it takes another attack to stop Edward Quartermain, so be it.
Don't even say that.
I don't intend to let him or anyone else turn this into a witch hunt.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello, Alan.
Ah, I hope you cooled off since this morning.
Not 1 degree. Oh, Steve,
Sit down.
I hope you're going to steer this meeting in the right direction.
All I can say is the board will treat the matter fairly.
Yeah, well, just so long as they all remember that we have been swindled.
You'll get a chance to express your opinion, Edward, just like everybody else. In any case, the majority will rule.
Oh, Steve,
Yes, Lesley?
is Mark going to be here today?
No. He was scheduled to take a few days off. He left his proxy with me.
That means Steve has 2 votes.
Not exactly. The chairman doesn't vote unless there's a tie.
And if there's a tie?
I will make that decision when and if it's necessary. But before we start, I want everyone here to know that my first consideration, my first responsibility will be to this hospital. That and nothing more. For the benefit of those who weren't here yesterday, may I introduce Mr. John Kirk, the Assistant District Attorney. He will explain the current status of the indictment proceedings.
Well, thank you, Dr. Hardy. However, you've pretty well covered it.
Well, I think it's best if you go over it. That way, there'll be no confusion on anyone's part.
Well, I'm certainly not confused. Let's get on with it.
Mr. Kirk?
Well, at this point, we are gathering information on the swindle itself. This will help the district attorney's office get maximum advantage possible in the subsequent prosecution.
Don't you think that by using the word prosecution at this point, or words like that,
Order,
that we're
please.
really...
Order. Go on, Mr. Kirk.
Well, because General Hospital's a major investor, we think this hospital's complaint will add a lot to expediting the indictment itself.
All right, let's get on with it.
Edward, could you just wait until we sort of
Lesley, you
decide
are
whether
out
or
of
not...
order. In fact, both of you are.
You're absolutely right. Steve, may I?
Yes. Dr. Weber?
I would just like to say that I would hope that this board would come to its decision by democratic process and not by being whipped into a vengeful frenzy whether or not we know the man is guilty, Edward.
Lesley, the only reason you're defending that young man is because he used to be your son-in-law.
Oh, for goodness
She's
sakes,
not the
Edward,
only one. There are a lot of people in this town and in this room who share her caution. We'll wait for the facts before we condemn Luke. And I'm not related to him.
Look, you aren't
yes,
listening to the
Steve.
evidence at all
Order.
that we have here.
Order, please. Now, I must insist that we conduct ourselves in an orderly manner. Mr. Rooney had the floor.
Thank you. I would just like to point out that voting an indictment against Luke Spencer will serve no useful purpose. Sure, lower the boom on the Durbins if you wish, but don't lump Luke and Robert Scorpio in with that bunch.
That's fine for you to say, but you're not
I am
sitting there
not
with $750,000.
The police are still looking for Luke. Why complicate the situation needlessly? If you don't believe that Luke is innocent, like I do, fine. But let due legal process decide. There's nothing to be gained by convicting Luke in absentia.
Dr. Hardy,
Yes, Mr. Kirk.
I'd like to respond to that.
All right.
You seem to miss the point that our office needs all the advantage it can get. when the police finally find Spencer.
Yeah, then you're going to see what fast work due legal process makes of him.
Edward, listen to what you're saying. You're not even making any sense.
Please, please.
All right, let's vote.
Discussion?
What more is there to say?
I called for a vote.
All right. All those in favor of this hospital issuing a formal complaint against Luke Spencer, Robert Scorpio, and the Durbans, raise your hand. All opposed? Thank you. Now, I have added Dr. Dante's vote to the A's. I'm entitled to do that since I hold his proxy.
There seems to be a tie.
Yes, yes. And since that's the case, it's my duty to, as chairman, to break that tie. I vote yes. The motion carries. A formal complaint will be issued against Luke Spencer, Robert Scorpio, and the Durbans for swindling General Hospital.
Good work, Steve. I'm glad to see that you're using it.